Hello. Out for a walk today because the last couple of days, or the last few days, we've been doing quite a bit of healing actually, with Timmy, and Michaela's done a session with him, wonderful Reiki healer. I've done a energy session with him and a remote session with crystals. Now he's processing, and so am I, and a lot of things have come up. I wanted to explore a particular thing today about healing and a healer, and what is a healer, and this is only from my perspective. And you see, on the first healing video I said I wasn't a healer, and Michaela brought me up on that, and I thought that's interesting. Okay. And she said, well, we're all healers, everybody can be a healer, and that is so true. So true. But what we do, what we are actually, is we're all learners, because we can only heal ourselves. And I believe the animals, the horses, show us our potential for connection in so many different ways. You can just start by being present with them. They will show you how to do that. But where I got to with Timmy was there quite a lot further down the road of connection and flow of energy, and the flow of how the healing energy, how the energy flows work, and how they block. And how changing the way you look at something can change the flow of the energy. Is that healing? Yes, it is healing. And whether the way I look at something, this is quite a complex subject, and I am just wandering my way through it at the moment. Mostly because talking about it makes me a little anxious, because I have I always have these feelings that there's always more to learn, and I shouldn't be sprouting on about stuff if I haven't completely got all of the knowledge. But I am learning that learning is more important than having all of the knowledge. So my behaviors are changing, and this is a healing as well. It's I've had to let go. I've had to let go of a lot, which has all been linked to both Jimmy and Rosana, in my wanting perfection and not sharing until I get it, which means I never share. So my communication was blocked, and And then there's the anxiety that comes with actually sharing, which is almost a fear of what's going to come back at me, which is okay, because you know what, if I don't share, who will? We all can. We just have to get past this thing about being judged and not accept it. And there's another part of who what I'm letting go of. Yeah, wow, that was a bit of a almost a release in itself, just by throwing all those words out there. Words are interesting, and communication is interesting, because words, we hear so many words that actually make us feel something. Cringe, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of controls. It's a lot going on in the world where those that in power are so frightened of losing their power that they're putting more and more controls into place. And when you feel the connectivity of peace and love, you almost have to protect yourself from that. Don't allow those fears in. Put a bubble around yourself. It's like emitting a shield, and this is Rizada's name, Heart Shield. She's teaching me slowly, and everything's done at the right pace for who we are and where we are on our journey. We're always exactly where we should be, and she's showing me that what I put out is okay. What I need to protect myself from maybe is fear from others, their response or reactions to peace. But there's also something else here, that if you are helping somebody on their journey to peace of mind, at times, and I've been through these, as has Michaela, at times you're going to have some really strong reactions. Michaela and I were talking about this the other day. She's very very aware of, not warning, but making her clients aware of changes that may happen, and something I need to learn. That's a little bit of empathy that comes up about where they are on their journey. And what can happen, you know, sometimes you can have such a big reaction that you feel sick, or you want to go and sit in a corner and just cry for 24 hours. Other reactions that come up can be anger, frustration, because, and you know, it's, you can get so angry at yourself because you're almost going, why didn't I know this 20 years ago? I'm so angry. But you know, that's not the point, because if you knew it 20 years ago, you wouldn't be sitting listening to this video. We're all on the path that we're meant to be on, and it's more about seeing, well, where was I 20 years ago, and what can I learn from that and bring that into the present, rather than and almost forgive yourself for not doing. You have to forgive yourself for not knowing what you know now, because that's just a slippery slope to self-doubt and self-criticism, which is just another block for your flow, for your connectivity. Not where I was with this. Yeah, from a balance perspective. If we go right back to the beginning of this conversation, healing is about balancing flow of energy. So where something needs, where energy can stop flowing, it gets blocked. So if you have, I mean, I know this because I've did this recently. I had a knee that kept locking out on me occasionally. It felt too tight on one side, and what that was blocked energy. It was a pool of energy that was sitting there that wasn't flowing properly. So I figured out what that was about. I opened that, I let that go, and then opened that up and had a little bit of help with realigning the knee from a acupuncturist and a Chinese massage. I like the Chinese massage because it gets right in there in the bones, right in the place. Not this soft sort of, don't like soft massage. You know, do something, do it. So it's a blocked energy, you know, and so it's out of balance. Timmy's cribbing is a lot of layers, and there's blocked energy in different places, or there was. We're starting to open those up now, but right now we're processing because he needs time for the flows to settle, that have been opened up through his body, that he's that the universe is opened up for him. This is energy that's healing. It's all that I was doing with Timmy, I believe, is communicating, looking. He allowed me to look within him, and when I focus on the blocked energy parts, they had to move, and when they move, it creates movement. Well, moving creates movement, which creates a flow. Now then, that flow, the universe will direct that flow where it needs to go. Now we've got to wait and allow those paths to settle and see where we go next. So I don't know if I explain it very well, but it's my version. So flow, balance, it's all, you know, if we stand still and just say to ourselves, I am exactly where I need to be right now. And if I follow my intuition, will take the next step along my path. And you know what? I went from being totally disconnected to the other day doing communicating with my horse from a very comfortable chair indoors in the warm, and putting a little bit of focus into different blockages to enable them to move. And from there, he let me in even deeper so that I could really see and understand the different energies that were moving through him and the reasons for them. So it was a huge learning for me. There's a lot still that I need to process myself about that. It's opened up a lot of tingly energy for me, and and also what I found this time was that I didn't actually take his physical, I didn't take anything away from it. It didn't settle in my own body, which it has before. It's something I've had to work on quite a bit. But the connection was still there, because as soon as he was ready, he wanted me to come and work with his head particularly. So I did, and then we've left it there, and most of the little pulls I've felt this last couple of days have been just wanting reassurance, really, that he's okay. So that's good. So now I can focus on my feelings here around communication, sharing this sort of thing. And understanding that, maybe it's time we started talking more, and talking more honestly to each other. It's a bit like that saying, what's the worst that could happen? Maybe you decide you don't like what you hear. You don't have to listen. It's like all technology these days, isn't it? I say this to my husband occasionally. He'll read something out from Facebook, and then he'll have a comment about it, and I say, well, why do you read it then? We can choose. We have a choice. We have complete freedom of choice. And as much as the powers that be want to control our freedom, they can't if we don't allow it. We have to not believe, we have to know we are free deep down. Deep down inside, we are free. We are the center of our own universe. We are on our own path. And that's all we need to connect to. Beings will come in and out of our lives as required, as they should, as part of our journey. But we at that point are also in their lives as part of their journey. And that connection is always there. The thing is, it becomes stronger at that point in your life, and then it may lighten again, but it won't go away. You can think of it like a spider's web if you're sitting at the center, and some of those connections of silk are thicker, some are thinner, some are closer, some are further out. I must find that photo. I saw a beautiful spider's web once, which actually connected from a tree to the ground. And I was lucky enough to see it and get a lovely photo of it. I must find it. It was one of the biggest spider's webs I've ever seen, and I thought, so much connection there, connection to the ground and connection to the tree, thus connection to the sun through the tree, and yeah, buzzard up there, hovering. They're beautiful animals. You can sort of sense there. Shut your eyes and just feel that you feel the flow through his body as he rides the thermals, rides the air. He's totally connected to the air, watching, looking. He's gone. I can still feel him because I have my eyes closed. Sorry, I shouldn't do that on video, really, should I? He's over there now. Yeah, you probably can't see him on the video, but he's there, big buzzard. And this is something else that the connection work I've been doing recently has really opened up. Is my connection is stronger, and my understanding of that sense of being connected to everything, we're all connected, is stronger because, and when I watch the birds now, I can actually just shut my eyes and feel that connection, understand that flow. And they are so free. Birds love birds. Birds so free. It's hard work working within the fences that we put up within ourselves. There's always a sense at the back of the mind sometimes where you just want to walk away from all the fear, the rules, the power, so-called power. So it is so-called power because it's not real power. It's power based on fear. And just walk away from it. Walking away from it doesn't change it. To open to change something, you have to focus on it, but not with intent, just with love. So if you find something you don't like, and while we took a long walk to get to this point, I just realised what I've been trying to say for the last half an hour. If there's something in your life you don't like, just give it a little bit of focus with love and love it, and wait. Don't react to it, don't respond to it, don't be fearful of it. Just love it. In the same way as working within Timmy, the little blocks, all I did was focus with love. No desire to do, achieve, or anything, no desire to even move it. Just look at it. Because if what you're looking at is not coming from love, it will have to move away from your focus if you are giving it love. So it will change, it will open, it will dissipate over time. And maybe in the next few generations, humans will start to love more. I don't know if it's going to take a crisis to do that. It feels that way at the moment. It's almost like the world is going through there's something Michaela and I have talked about. It's a healing crisis. It's like it wants to heal, but in order to heal, it's really having to push everything to its limits. all the wars that are happening and starting to pick up. It's like the earth is pushing humans to their limits in order to really move things, to create flow again. To create flow, we have to move. We have to focus with love. So, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Focus on the wall with love. Not easy to do if you're in the middle of it. But that's what the universe is asking us to do. Move away from fear. Move into love. Thank you.